Also, a few other things to note. You see this constable right here, or was there? That is not enough anti-air in a single spot. You need to build flak or air eliminators. You need more anti-air than what that structure was, than just one. See, and even with this is all dead. Air is a fun thing to work with in this game. The one time you will ever give attack orders with air units is if you need a specific structure to die. So like these two. Those two die. I think this is enough butchering on... Ooh, that's a little bit more anti-air. I think this is enough butchering, though. This will not be stopped. There's just no way to stop this much. The only way to counter rampagers, I find, is to just build fighters. And you don't just build one or two, you build 30 of them. So now we're dealing with punishers. Oh, I'm just going to handle that. I know this is dead. Also, Overminds do have anti-air. It is very good anti-air. It's just that, well, when you have over 70 rampagers, they kind of just get dead. A few other things to know about rampagers. They will do everything that a harbinger can do, either cheaper or better. So when it comes to dealing with frigates, they're better. When it comes to dealing with cruisers, they're better. When it comes to dreadnoughts, they do it cheaper. And when it comes to juggernauts, that's the point when rampagers start to lose a bit. But other than that, rampagers are just going to be your main air unit as a substrate player. I'll just check those there and help them to find. Now, punishers. The way you might manage these is basically this. They have a nice range on their attack order. So what you can do is this. You see this range, they will attack at this range. So you fly them there, they will drop their bombs and pull back. You're basically chucking gifts at your enemy and hoping that they last. Again, punishers, it's also knowing that punishers do not have the most HP, but they are fairly good. This is a save file that I use, by the way, for testing air units, because they really do need to be tested and reworked. It is worth noting that punishers will target a single unit at a time, and they have a nasty habit of overkilling. Next are going to be harbingers, and now I need to get rid of all these punishers. I'll just park them there. These are just here just for safekeeping. I'm going to make a harbinger. So harbingers, they have two advantages over rampagers. One, their gun has a longer range by 100 meters, and second, their main gun is very good. The problem is, harbingers are slower than rampagers. If I were to pull some of them over. And another thing to know about them is rampagers cost 16 logistics. Harbingers will cost you 50. This has 100% armor piercing. Plasma bombard are really good versus cruisers, and that's about it. Actually, I'm going to park those there. By the way, welcome to Shattered Turrets, probably one of the most interesting artillery structures in the game. So as you can see, harbingers are moving a lot faster. If I wanted to do this, not that much soon. As you can see, rampagers are slightly faster, but not by much. Also, it's worth noting that the Rainmaker turret doesn't fire very often, but it's this big plasma ball that shoots. That is the main damage. I'm just going to do that. So as you can see, Harbinger's not very quick. Also should probably note, Orbital Jam is your best friend. It is also a thing. When it comes to dealing with aliens, fighters are your main option. They are your best option and should always be produced. Anti-air in an army is there for two reasons. One is for dealing with drones, and the other is to make sure that is to help support your fighters as they are engaging an enemy air unit. Now, Harbingers. You can give these and Rampagers can both be given attack orders, but it's not always recommended. It's just better to give them move orders. We will be using this army as an example. Because, actually, no, wait, there's something down here that probably will be better. Can I put something? Hopefully these die. And I want these to intentionally die. And as you can see, Punishers do not always have the best turn radius, and, well, that happened. But now that we have seen these structures, we can now go and send some deletion units over there. I refer to these as deleters simply because that's a lot of DPS. That first place. And as you can see, the reason for not giving them, this is the one time you need to give them attack orders. And as you can see, they just deleted everything. Now, Rampagers would handle this a little bit better for two reasons. One is that they're faster, and second is that they tend to fire their weapons more often. But everything here is dead. If you are, also it's worth noting, if you need a specific Juggernaut to die and there's no army attached to it, you're in luck because that's all you need to do is target that Juggernaut. But one of the issues about giving attack orders is that they will go, air units will attack in the most unintuitive ways. They will kind of circle your opponent, and they may put themselves in a position where they cannot attack. By properly micromanaging them, you can make sure that they are consistently attacking a unit. So I'm going to push them this way. I think that's just enough that it didn't really matter. But this metal node should have more. It has a quantum jammer at least. Now, if you are familiar with Path or Supreme Minor Force Alliance, you would know that you need to micromanage your air superiority fighters in a circle. You are going to want to do that in this game as well. Just with gunships. It's also worth noting that gunships tend to have a ridiculous turnaround. But as you can see, they're not attacking. I messed up. Air Rampagers have a very good downward firing arc, but they have a very poor side-to-side arc. Oh, that's a lot of Rampagers now. And that's not Rampagers, Harbingers. I'll be doing PHC Air next. So, as you can see, this is basically just deleting everything. There's just too much DPS in this army. I guess they may have changed the firing arcs a little bit. Also, on Altaria, the AI likes to put their main protection right here. So we're going to go have a take at that. By the way, your fighters and bombers move at the same speed. Bombers are, if they're anything, they are going to be slightly slower. See the strat? If you have specific units that need to die, this is the only time you give them attack orders. And as you can see, everything is just dying. Also get used to using the G key a lot, as this is going to make sure that your units go the way you want them to go and not accidentally do that. You don't want them to attack. You want them to attack everything, not just a single structure. Um, Another thing to note is probably not keep the circle that tight. You want to give them a little bit more space than what I'm giving them, but this is all dead. Next are fighters. Now, there are two things that you need to know about fighters. One is that the Dominators have a longer range than Furies. However, Furies have more DPS. Furies are slightly better overall, but we're just going to turn this around. The one advantage that Dominators will have over Furies is that they might shut down one or two of a Fury in a squad, but they will not always get the entire squad in the first volley. Furies, however, have better DPS, if I recall correctly. Yeah, 373 versus, oh, well, it's also recognized that the AI is probably not at this point. But just know that Dominators, an equal number of Furies will always win to an equal number of Dominators. Always. Fighters are the only units you will ever give an attack move order to. Only give them attack move where the enemy fighters are going to be, as that maximizes their ability to go and engage stuff. And I'm certain I'm going to lose Dominators here. It is also worth noting, fighters are extremely cheap. Bombers are not. Gunships are even worse. And those Uber units are extremely expensive. It is worth noting that Harbingers cost the same as strategic bombers, but strategic bombers are objectively worse than the Harbinger in numerous ways. So, hopefully I have another save for, is this it? Let's see. No, it's not. Is this it? Hopefully I made one. Oh no, this is the same one. So I'm going to go play Altarium and then do PhD Air separately.